All right, well, we've got a lot more to cover here in the show. We're going to show you folks one of the tape segments we haven't gotten to yet. I want to check in with you two guys one more time before we toss it out to the rest of our live broadcast here. Anything else you want to mention? Any experiences or funny things that happened to you at Comic-Con you want to share with folks?
I don't want to spoil anything because this is going to be like a big surprise for like an upcoming show that we're doing. But I dressed up in costume at one point. You were there with me.
I did witness the costume, folks. This is not something you're going to want to miss.
Yeah, and we did a video segment, and I walked around talking to people who were also cosplayers, and I realized that when you're in costume and you're anonymous, you can say any old thing that you want to strangers.
We don't want to spoil too much about the actual costume itself, because it's something to behold. Yeah. But suffice to say, did you receive, like, were you well received? Because a lot of people at Comic-Con,
well received, yeah.
You know, a lot of people at Comic-Con put a lot of effort in. You know, they try to get the look just right. If you folks checked out our photo gallery, you'll see a plethora of awesome costumes. How did those folks react to your more devil may care approach?
I will say that I was a little concerned as to A, how well he took to being in costume. B, how the minute you had the costume on, everybody wanted your picture. Go ahead,
That's true. Yeah, that's a thing that I wasn't expecting. Like, I knew that I was going to talk to people who were in costume and, like, you know, get their reaction. But I didn't realize that people with cameras were just going to walk up to me and be like, hey, can I get your picture? Because my costume was ridiculous. And objectively speaking, it wasn't very good.
Not what we call photogenic.
Yeah, people...
It wasn't canon, as they would say.
It was not canon.
Not canon, and a lot of folks at Comic-Con are all about canon.
Yeah.
But you didn't raise anyone's ire, or at least weren't visibly confronted by irate folks.
Not that we saw.
No, I don't think so. No, I was good. No. I was good.
Yeah, and so that segment is coming up in an episode of Today on the Spot that
future
episode you folks are definitely going to want to check out, if only to see what sort of alternate ego Sean takes on when the mask comes down, or, you know, the bandana or whatever he puts on his face.
Whatever it was, no spoilers.
No spoilers. Folks, we have a bunch of stuff, as I mentioned, on the desk here, but you should have seen the stuff that Ricardo was buying there. You were a big merch fan, all right? So can you just tell us one thing that you were happy to acquire? Because we don't have enough time for you to go into your extensive haul. You know, as you know, they have those bags that are the size of a human. But give us one highlight.
We will gloss over what I mailed to myself.
Okay.
Which is a red flag.
Yep.
But my two, because I don't have the one, they were releasing a special blaster from Transformers action figure there, which for folks that don't know, it's the Autobot cassette player with cassettes that turn into robots. And I also got the Starro the Conqueror action figure / adult collector set.
/ play art.
It's bigger than a play art. It talks.
What? How? It talks? Is that what those strange noises I've been hearing coming out of your office?
And the lights.
It's more of like a diorama, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it.
Way to put that in the context that you know, people growing up in the American school system can understand. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on this little live check-in for Comic-Con.
Thank you, sir.
Folks, up next, we're going to throw it off to a booth segment you didn't see during our live stage show. Homer's checking in with the Behemoth at the San Diego Comic-Con show floor.
Hey, folks, Homer Ibarra here at the Behemoth booth. Just an earshot from the GameSpot booth right across the way here. I'm with my man Tom Fulp, co-founder of Behemoth. How you doing, man?
Great. How's it going?
I'm doing very well. Now, you are obviously our GameSpot audience knows you guys very well. Co-founder or creators of the beloved Castle Crashers.
Yep. Top-selling game of all time on Xbox Live Arcade.
Little plug there, shameless. So you guys obviously have the game here. What are you guys showing off?
Today we're showing off Battle Block Theater, which is our new game, our third game. We're also showing Castle Crashers for the PS3, which is coming very soon. And then we just got some trailers running. We got a timeline on display that kind of shows the whole history of the Behemoth.
Give us the history.
All right.
For those who aren't hip to the Behemoth group, let's go through this timeline because I'm sure a lot of folks would like to know.
All right. So it all starts with me and Dan hanging out on my site, newgrounds.com.
Yes.
We made a web game called Alien Hominid.
Right.
And then Dan and John were working for a video game company that went out of business. So John said, hey, let's make a new company and make a console version of Alien Hominid,
Yes.
which was released in 2004.
Right.
Then we followed that up with Castle Crashers, which we announced at Comic-Con, showed a demo of Comic-Con, and then completely redid all of it, so you can see the characters and how they changed.
Yes.
So in the meantime, we did an HD version of Alien Hominid for Xbox Live Arcade, and then the big release was Castle Crashers for Xbox Live Arcade in August 2008. So now we've announced Battle Block Theater and Castle Crashers PSN, and that's where we're at.
And what is this? What's that?
That's an Emerald. You'll see those in Battle Block Theater.
All right. Well, let's take a look at Battle Block Theater. Is that cool? Let's roll. So give us a little lowdown on Battle Block Theater here.
Battle Block Theater is a crazy platforming game with a lot of versus modes and also cooperative gameplay. So there's a lot of different arenas, which is what people here are playing. For example, there's an arena with the gold grab where you have to collect gold from a whale and get it into a safe while the other players are trying to kill you and take the gold. We got Soul Steal where you kill each other and play keep away with each other's souls. So just lots of great modes. Right here they're about to start King of the Hill. So the gold blocks you want to stand on for as long as possible to gain points. When the other players get on them, you want to knock them off. So it's just competing for who can stay the longest on the gold blocks.
It's all about staying on the gold.
Yeah.
All right. Now, not only do you have this game playable here, but you also have some merch that you're first revealing here at Comic-Con?
Yes, we have some new merch.
Let's take a look. Wern, let's go check out some merch. All right.
Well, right here we've got a Castle Crashers Crazy Skeleton skateboard, which is lots of fun. And then if anyone spends over $50, they'll get one of these little chicken things, little like a stress ball chicken.
Yes.
So you can get that if you come buy a bunch of stuff. We're giving out free pins for a documentary called Everything by Everyone, so check that out on Kickstarter.
Nice.
You can help fund it.
Fund it.
We've got pins right here. We've got the king from Castle Crashers.
Yes, the king.
Lean in and grab them.
Here we go. We're reaching over.
This is the king from Castle Crashers. You can now collect him, and he's got little gems and his scepter. He's really cool.
He's got 3 teeth.
Yes, 3 teeth. And dangling from him, you can see one of our cell phone charms. So we've got a whole bunch of different animal orbs here that you can buy as cell phone charms. And they're not just cell phone charms, though. You can hang them from anything, your ears or your pencil, whatever you want to do with them. You don't need to have a cell phone.
Is that the only cell phone charm that you got there? You got a whole grip of them. Look at that.
Here's the big batch. We've got the chicken. Yes. We've got the little dog. We've got the little troll.
Nice.
The little bat right here.
Good.
Giraffe.
As we've seen.
Got a little monkey.
Big old ears.
Yeah, I got Rammy and bipolar bear.
Bipolar bear, yes.
Yes. So
That's all good and great and everything, but one item that I know for a fact is not for sale, but still is drawing the eye of many people here, is the whale. What's the whale all about? Give us the story.
The Golden Whales from Battle Block Theater. This was actually a fan who made that plush and just gave it to us as a gift. But it's awesome. Hopefully someday we'll be able to mass produce them and everyone can have them because they're great.
Mass production is always the key to consumer happiness.
Yes. Or we could do a small batch perhaps and sell 50 of them at
exclusives.
A higher price, yeah.
And then people can, nah, I'm not even going to mention that because that would be not good. Anyways, so the whale is not for sale, but hopefully soon.
Hopefully someday we could pull that off. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so I asked you this earlier. No secrets. No secrets that Behemoth is revealing this year at Comic-Con. None?
Yeah, no big secrets. Yeah. Everything's just kind of moving along. Keep on trucking.
Yeah, so where are you guys at with a new game?
It's coming along really well. We have no set release date. We just keep on improving on it, adding modes, improving modes, doing lots of level building. So, yeah, no set date. Just keep on jamming on it. And
get it done when it's perfect.
Yes, exactly.
All right, awesome. Well, you know what? To the audience that are viewing this segment right now, tomorrow, well, actually today, the live backpack cam is going to be coming by and probably asking you the same amount of questions, same type of questions, but we wanted to give you a little taste of the Behemoth booth here at Comic-Con 2010. Tom, thanks for joining me, man. Have a great show.
Thanks. You too.
And we're going to keep continuing on with GameSpot's coverage of Comic-Con 2010.
All right, welcome back to the stage show here, folks. That's your last look at Comic-Con for this show. Just remember, we've got hours of footage backlogged on the site, live stage demos, panel coverage, written coverage, and of course the photo gallery. So if you haven't got your Comic-Con fix yet, that's where to do it. Of course, Comic-Con was the big news of last week, but the big news of this week is StarCraft 2, and I've got Curtis Said here, our Game Guides editor, with me to play some StarCraft 2 and show us what it's all about. Curtis, thank you for joining me here.
Yeah, no problem.
How's the StarCraft 2 been treating you? You've been playing it all week.
It is awesome, and I've actually beaten the entire game so far.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So that's the campaign you've beaten. Now this has, because it's Wings of Liberty.
Yes, that's correct.
Has a robust campaign.
Yeah, it has 29 missions in all. You don't have to necessarily play them in order. There's different objectives. There's the colony objectives, the covert objectives, rebellion objectives. You can play them completely out of order. Each mission gives you a certain unit. So every time you play through the game, you can do all sorts of different ways of playing it, have a different type of army, and also you can upgrade depending on research that you find out about the Zerg and the Protoss, which will give you new units, new items, and so your army will be completely different from somebody else playing the game.
So a lot of different ways to play through, and I know you're telling me earlier we've got Kevin Van Ord also playing through.
Yeah.
You guys took some seriously different routes.
Yeah, there was a couple of missions where you can select to help certain people or abandon them to fight other things, like say if a Zerg is attacking, to directly save the people or just go after the Zerg hive. I chose to destroy the hive, while I believe Kevin went the other route. So it was kind of interesting to compare how our stories developed and how it changed the game and everything that was completely different.
Cool. Well, you've got a level queued up for us now. Let's bring that up on screen and set the stage for us here. What's going on? Where are we at in the campaign?
Yeah, we're in the middle of the Rebellion missions. This level is called Media Blitz. We're on Core Hall at the moment, and what we have to do is take over these radio towers and broadcast a message.
All right, let's do it.
So I'll take us into the game right now. You start off with the giant Odin unit and Thors, which one of the characters, Tygus Finley, has stolen recently.
That rapscallion.
And you've used it to make the smaller Thors within your army. And you've right now set a surprise attack against the Dominion. And right now, while they're confused, we're going to take over one of their broadcast towers.
Strike Team Charlie, get to that tower. Bring down those rebels.
And of course, the Dominion doesn't want you to take their places, so
no, they like backup. And so this is from the Rebellion storyline, you were saying?
Yes.
And so your faction is rebelling against the Dominion.
Yeah. You're in control of Raynor's Raiders, who are trying to stop Emperor Minx from taking over. Well, he actually has already taken over. You're trying to overthrow him.
Yeah. Hence, I guess, hence the Rebellion. Okay, so I see we've got the upload progress in the top right-hand corner. You're about 60% of the way through here. And so you're dealing with your sort of one group of soldiers, but I see in the bottom left-hand corner, you've got a whole base stacked up in the corner here.
Yeah, at the beginning, I started out building units, putting all my armories and hangars everywhere. And I also have to have sort of defenses, so I made more Thors and set them over here just in case anyone from the opposing base tried to attack me.
Which actually seems like it's kind of close to yours, although I guess you probably have to take a more circuitous route.
Yeah. So now that I've taken this tower, I'm going to go ahead and mobilize all of my units together so that they can storm this smaller base and take it from my control.
And that's going to give you an advantage because it'll stop the enemy producing units from that location?
Yes. They have their own resource fields that they can use to drop in, say, Hellions or Diamondbacks, whatever kind of vehicles that they have. Over here is their spaceport, where they have things like Banshees, which are anti-ground units. They have Vikings, which could take out my air units. So once everybody's together, I'm going to highlight the rest of my army, and then we're going to go advance and take this place out.
You're rolling deep. How many units roughly do you think you got highlighted there? It looks to me like, what is it, 30?
It's quite a bit.
Yeah, and you got the two pages of highlighted enemies worth. So does the Dominion stand a chance against you at this point?
Probably not, but just in case, I'm going to still keep creating more units. as many Thors as I can, provided I have enough resources. Actually, those are the Diamondbacks. I don't exactly want those. So I will instead make those, and as well as make more Thors to help combat this area.
These are pretty intimidating. I guess if I saw a squadron of those roll up on my bases, I would probably quail in terror. Bad news.
They do have a slight weakness, though. While they can shoot at airborne units, they aren't exactly good at taking them out. So they'll need support from things like Vikings and even Marines. Now, Marines are the most basic units, but they're actually pretty powerful because they can take out both ground and air units, and they're actually quite devastating with their long range. A lot of people will like overlook very basic units, but they're a very good thing to have as the backbone of your army.
Solid foundation.
Yeah.
Now I notice, so that flag there represents that that's like their hub, or their base, and you are pretty much rolling over that.
So now that I have control of this area, I'm going to go ahead and set down a command center so I can take over and take the resources.
Excellent.
And while that's going on, I want to make sure to guard my base. As I mentioned before, that there's a lot of aircraft carriers and everything over here. While I could go attack them, I might get a little demolished. But let's advance a little anyway, just to make things exciting.
Yeah. Fortune favors the bold, right? Or destroys the bold?
One of those.
All right, so you're being maybe a little more aggressive in this stage than you might normally be. Now, so for folks, StarCraft obviously hugely popular, a very anticipated release. Any words of advice for folks who maybe haven't played StarCraft extensively, don't know too much about it? Is StarCraft 2 something they can get into, you think, or how would a new guy sort of come at StarCraft?
Well, there's a lot of settings you can do. One thing is there's always a lot of hotkeys that a lot of people don't want to remember, but they make the game a whole lot simpler. And actually in the options, you can instead operate what's called the grid mode. And by just simple key presses, you can summon units real easily. It's mapped up according to how they're positioned on the HUD. So say if I press Q here, it automatically brings up an SCV to be produced by my command center, and that'll make it a lot more simple. There's also mini tutorials, and there's also a versus AI mode where it teaches players how to work together and fight enemy units. And that's an online component on battle.net. So instead of going head-to-head against players who might be a lot better than you, you're actually forced to team up, so there's not real competition.
So you're teaming up against an enemy AI.
Yes.
And that's a good way to sort of work alongside another human player, maybe get the hang of the ropes before you tackle another human player yourself.
So actually, surprisingly, even with this small amount of units, I'm taking out this base pretty quickly.
Yeah, you are doing. Although I do see that it looks like there's some heat down at your first captured broadcast tower.
Yes, but I do have some defensive units to help take out the place. Although I should possibly repair this. Actually, I should send a bit more that way to help protect it as well.
Send in the reinforcements.
Actually, they're taking out my base pretty quickly.
Ruh-roh.
Whatever defenses I had, I need a little bit more. Since those are the Thors, they'll take a little bit while to get over there. So for now, I'll send these guys to destroy the rest of this base.
Keep wiping the floor with them. All right, so the way this mission's gonna wrap up, you're gonna pretty much keep rolling on these guys, so this is now you're close to capturing the first broadcast tower. It looks like it's in the vicinity of that base.
Yes, broadcast tower number 1, which would actually be my second one. The Dominion's probably gonna send more troops once I actually go over here and try and capture it. But it should be no problem for my Thors and Odin.
Pretty excellent, Curtis. All right, now coming to the end of the demo segment here, is there any pro tip or word of wisdom or thought you want to leave us with about StarCraft 2?
Never stop making units, pretty much. As long as you stay economical and keep building your army, you'll pretty much be unstoppable.
You want to be unstoppable, folks. That's the way to do it. Curtis, thank you so much for coming by and showing this off.
Yeah.
Folks can look, you're working on the game guide.
Yes.
Right? Folks can look forward to that down the road?
Yeah, I believe it will be out next week.
Next week, all right. Be sure to tune back into GameSpot for that game guide next week. Help you get your victories in StarCraft 2. Now we're off to an interview with Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock because, hey, the video game release schedule marches on.
Interview. What I was told. I thought it was a good life. I thought I was happy. Then I found something that changed it all.
Hey everybody, Sean McInnes here, joined by Randy Guyot from Neversoft, who's here to tell us all about Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. Randy, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming out. Glad to show you the game.
Yeah, my pleasure. So Randy, it seemed like the focus with Guitar Hero 5 was all about removing the obstacles from people just getting right in there, having a good time, party play, things like that. Was there any main focus to the development of Warriors of Rock?
Yeah, you know, after 5 came out, I think a lot of people were very excited about what we did with that game, about the accessibility that we created, and the jump in and jump out, and you don't have to worry about what controller am I, and that was a great foundation. But for 6, you know, we really went back to the drawing board of what makes the game fun, and we have done you go from nobody to being the rock star and the big band career thing that you've seen in a few games, and you've seen a lot of games, and we tried to make this game different and fun. So we thought just going over the top and being ridiculous was fun for us. It was just fun to even talk about the idea of what if Lars, he's one of our characters, what if he transformed into a warthog, right? And he had an axe guitar. That's crazy. Yes, we like that. And we kind of pushed that as far as we can go. We created new gameplay upon that, so every character in the game has their own new power that changes the way the game plays. You earn more star power, your multiplier's higher, you can earn bonus stars at the end of a song. You know, for us, just even thinking about stuff and prototyping a little bit, we found that was really fun, and we stuck with that, and we thought that would make it fun for us to make, and we think people will have fun playing it, and that's where we went.
It seems like one of the biggest departures with Warriors of Rock is this new thing called Quest Mode, which seems a lot more narrative-driven than what we've seen in previous games. What can you tell us about Quest Mode? What's it all about? What's the experience been like developing it?
Quest mode is totally ridiculous, and that comes from just being a fun concept that we push through. And I'll give you the little overview of it. It's basically there's this beast who's made up of amps and light shows and a stage, and he's destroying rock music all over the world. There's the demigod of rock, who's our hero, who tries to take him down, and you get to see that at the beginning of the game, but he fails. He loses his legendary guitar, and he gets banished into a cave, and he needs the Warriors of Rock to free him to get his guitar so he can fight the beast again and win. Totally ridiculous. It's awesome. So what you do is you play through the game as these characters like Johnny Napalm. You earn stars, you power them up into warrior versions. Once you get all the warrior versions in the guitar, then you can fight the beast again. You know, we kind of ended up with that just from looking at what we've done before. We've done it before, and the idea of something this crazy was so enticing that we went with it, and it worked out.
You've actually got a number of famous musicians involved in there, sort of unfolding the story, right?
Yeah, this is correct. You know, previous Guitar Heroes have celebrities in the game, you know, as characters and avatars. We didn't do that this year. We went for a different type of integration. Gene Simmons is the narrator of our game. He's the voice of the demigod, who's one of the main characters of the game, and he kind of helps you. He walks you through the quests. And then we have different types of integration. Soundgarden had a song called Black Rain. It hasn't been released before. They recorded it with their old stuff, and they're putting it out with Guitar Hero, which is awesome. And Dave Mustaine from Megadeth wrote this brand new track just for Guitar Hero. It's actually the last song you play in the game, Against the Beast. You know, use this as the battle song. And it's a real song. It's a Megadeth song. It's got music. It's got lyrics, and that's kind of the integration we went for this year. And it's really the best kind. It's getting new music to the people.
So outside of Quest Mode, are any other big new features that you guys are adding in? New modes, multiplayer options, that sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. The Quest Mode you can play with online with your buddies. You can play in any instrument combination. You can play through as 4 vocalists or 4 guitarists or 4 drummers, any way you want. Then there's Quick Play, which we're calling Quick Play Plus this year. There was challenges in the Band Hero game. You know, every song had one challenge. There was additional layer of gameplay that had, hit 30 notes, 60 notes, 90 notes. Every time you hit one of those milestones, you get an extra star. We blew that out. Every song has 13 challenges. All these stars you earn from these challenges feed into your rock rank, and you have a level, right? So you have your gamer pick, and you have a little level next to your gamer pick, and every time you level up, you get a new unlock. We have a gigantic concept art gallery. You earn equipment for your guitar. You create character parts. Tons of stuff you can unlock. All those challenges feed into that. They're all leaderboarded, and you can also target your friends' scores on those challenges as well. So if you get a high score on one song, I can target your score, and it'll kick me right in the game with your score. It shows up on the screen. If I beat it, it'll send you a message to the OS that says, hey, Randy just beat your score. You can't let that stand. So it's like if you haven't played for a while and you boot up your console, you'll know if I've been beating your scores or not. So it brings you back into the game even though you're not actively playing it.
Randy, sounds good. I appreciate your time very much. One last question for you. When is Warriors of Rock going to be out in stores, and what are the platforms that it's out for?
It's coming out this September for Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii.
Thanks a lot, Randy. There you guys have it. That's Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. Stay tuned for more coverage leading up to that release date.
Hey!
Yeah, we're back.
Look at my big old head on screen.
Homer's here with his big old head.
I didn't do my hair this morning, dude. Don't give me,
You got the hat on lockdown. Don't take it off.
Still recovering from Comic-Con.
Homer's back from Comic-Con. You were also there.
I was there.
You want to give us a little thought, a little tidbit?
A little tidbit. You don't need to shower every day.
You don't.
Because what's going to happen, folks, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're going to shower and then you're going to get amongst the 160,000 people that are on the show floor, and then you're just going to get dirty again.
You just become part of the human soup that is Comic-Con.
No need to shower. I'm telling you right now. Don't shower. 4 days. It's all good.
And I'm telling you, I don't condone that behavior.
Chris, more importantly, I'm here to help you give away stuff.
I appreciate
thought that you looked lonely on set after our good friend.
Was it the puppy eyes? I was trying to give you guys
puppy
the
dog
puppy eyes.
And you just look lonely amongst this sea of loot that we got here.
Amidst the sea of loot, let's start giving some of this away.
Yeah. No. First of all, let's tell them what we're giving them away.
Okay.
Let's tell the folks.
What do we have here? Well, you saw the play arts, Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid. We got those. We got StarCraft.
Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. I don't know if they can see
this.
Yeah.
Boom.
Look at that.
We got Snake.
That's Square Enix's interpretation of Snake, which is pretty damn
with real rugged facial illustration types.
Dante.
Yep. This guy right here.
You got Dante.
No, this is Nero.
Oh, it is Nero. All right. Nero.
Throwing me off here, man. Come on.
All right.
It's all right. And we also have Dante right here.
Okay, that's Dante.
Yep.
And that one gets its own separate trivia question, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know.
We got plenty of trivia questions to go around because we also have StarCraft t-shirts.
Yes. Book.
StarCraft book.
Which is two separate questions. Hey, check it out. StarCraft book.
We got Kingdom Hearts charms.
Kingdom Hearts charms.
Yep.
That it has its own separate question.
This you could put on like a keychain.
That looks pretty heavy. I wouldn't want to carry that around on my keychain. I'd probably make it into like a
It's kind of a tight key.
I'd probably put it on like a herringbone white gold necklace. Mm-hmm. Rock it like a piece. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's your style. Herringbone white gold all the way.
All day.
And then we've got a set of we got 4 different stereo headphones, all Marvel themed. We have the Punisher, the Hulk, X-Men, and Iron Man. If you can see, that's what the little earphone things look like. And let's start with these. Let's start with the headphones.
All right.
I got the question for that.
Bust it. Do it.
We got them all divvied up.
First 4 to answer correctly.
First 4, yeah, and feel free to, express your preference.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to get it, though.
It's true. Luck of the draw. All right, so here's the question for the Marvel headphones. Who was the Red Hulk? That's the question. Of course, this question and all the others can be answered by sending us an email at onthespot@gamespot.com or by using the green trivia module on the side of the page.
All right, my turn next.
Yes.
I'm next. StarCraft 2 book. StarCraft 2 book. We have two questions.
No. One of those questions is for the books, the other's for the t-shirts.
All right. The first question for the book. Thanks for clarifying, Chris.
Word.
On what planet was Kerrigan captured by the Zerg? StarCraft 2 book.
Heaven's Devils.
All right. You want to do? Should I do the next StarCraft 2 question?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep the StarCraft train rolling.
Okay.
Here, I'll hold this up. You.
Wings of Liberty. StarCraft Wings of Liberty T-shirt with the release date on it.
There's some on the
Check
back
it out.
too. Shabam.
Nuclear launch detected. All right, so the question that I have for that shirt is, switching cameras, is who plays the voice of Sarah Kerrigan in StarCraft 2?
That's our StarCraft questions.
That's our Star question.
Up next, what do you want?
Yeah.
You want Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah,
Let's
Kingdom
go Kingdom Hearts, and
Sure.
we'll wrap it up
do
with the play arts.
Yes.
All right, so you want one of these 3? We got 3 of these
Yeah.
guys. Boom.
Medallions, aka keychain charms.
Wayward Wind, Rainfell, and Earthshaker,
Yep.
according to the sticky notes on the back.
That's what those are.
All right, you wanted one of these guys. What was the name of the person that won the Name in Game contest that Square Enix held for the original Kingdom Hearts? Name that person, and
Name 'em.
you could win one of these 3 things.
Or her.
Keyblade charms, him or her.
Him or her. I'm not going to tell you who, which, what, sex.
Gender
any of that
neutral
stuff.
pronouns.
Yes. All right. You get all the
And-
questions. What's going on? I'm just here
You
to
want
be
some
a-
questions? All right, let's see. Wait,
Give me a
you
que-
have the
give
other
me one
question.
more question. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Play art?
Yeah, right there. It's the one.
Oh, here we go. All
it's
right.
the red one.
I get
Is
the
that
coolest
right?
question of them all.
Yeah.
For the action figures, you should hold them up real quick.
These
again.
right here. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a little tower
Those
of power.
are killer.
You just cool out Heaven's
All right.
Devils.
So name the. Wait. What is it? Name one game that SquareSoft developed in the U.S. Before they were Square Enix, they were once SquareSoft, and they developed the game in the U.S. Name one of them. Name one of those games.
That's a lot of questions.
Dude.
But
we're
look
giving
at
away
look
a
at this
gang of
haul.
loot. Yeah.
I think it's very appropriate because Comic-Con, you know, they have those giant bags.
Yes.
People with lots of loot cramming it in there.
Right.
We're giving away like close to a bag's worth.
Yeah, that's about half of Hasbro bags worth of stuff.
Yeah. To be fair, Hasbro bags could, I mean, a person could live in that.
I lived in one of them
Yeah?
for like the last day.
The last
Because he
day?
took up the whole hotel room, used all the towels. We were rooming and he'd used all the towels.
I
so I had to
mean,
lian the Hasbro bag.
I like to be dry.
Well,
is that? I mean, that's
it's
not a
okay.
crime.
Dude,
Last
let's
I
wrap it
checked.
up.
Yes.
You're talking too much, man.
Homer, this has been a fun show. It's been great to have
show.
you folks here live. Thank you for coming on, giving away some of this stuff.
Of course, man.
Remember, on the spot at GameSpot.com or the trivia module on the side of the page if you want the haul. You're going to have to wind it back because we're not repeating those questions.
Nope.
When can they see us here next, Homer?
Next Tuesday, buddy.
Next Tuesday.
We're taking the weekend off, man. It's been a long road back from Comic-Con, I'll tell you that much.
That's true, but next week we're going to be back today on the spot, Tuesday, whatever the date is, August something. It's going to be August.
It will be August. Whoa.
And you'll see us here, folks. Thanks for joining us on behalf of Homer Bar and all the GameSpot staff. I'm Chris Waters, bidding you all a great weekend.
Take it easy, folks.
Yeah.
All right.